Security Chief's log. Stardate 4944.6. I'm trapped in the turbo lift.
Here's the hastily written scene.
Actually, he improvised most of it, I think.
We wrote up some dialogue because remember when we let him try to improvise in the beam down scene, he didn't know really what he was. It didn't turn out very good, so we actually did write him.
Careful now, we want to get him in to be in the sequel.
Oh, we'll get him
Careful
to be
what
in
you
the
say here.
As long as we had some good lines for him to read, he was one of the better actors in the production.
Yeah.
But you just had to tell him what to say. And
a lot of people say that they think he was the best actor in the production.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Of course, I don't think that. I think that James Culhane, the guy who played Garrick, was probably the best actor.
Well, I thought you were going to say Nathan Wolfe was the best actor because he screams at these two guys here.
Yeah.
Move that out of the way.
Because only a seasoned professional could do these fake punches so well. And I like it that the Klingon falls back to the door and then it closes. I think that was your touch.
Yeah. Well, that was just that's the way things worked in the original series. Whenever you wanted a door to shut, it would shut. It didn't always make sense.
That's true.
And if it worked in the script for you to stand right up close to a door and open the door, then the door would open when you stood there. But if in the script you wanted the door to stay open, then it would stay open.
Yep. Here come the bad guys. The Klingon in the back, the guy who was just kind of cringing down there. That was our dad.
Yep, that's our dad again, helping us fill in when other people didn't show up.
But when the Klingons come out of the elevator at the top of the shaft here in a minute, it's not him anymore, and then it's Jeff Link.
Yeah, well, that's because...
it's an incredible switching Klingon.
No, because didn't you see there when Chang ran off right there, he just ran by himself, and the other guy came through the hatchway there, stepped over Keegan. Stepped over Keegan. That's the way it must have happened.
Yeah. There's Diagasta's leg.
Here's my psycho face.
Yep. Did he really kill Diagasta?
Can't believe he turned traitor.
Look at Cuddy. He's a security chief. He's checking all around.
His hair is a little short in this particular take.
Commander Cuddy's hair changes length from one take to another.
That was not our intention, but it's the way it turned out.
When you're working on an amateur film,
with volunteers,
people don't always keep their hair the same length from week to week.
There, it's a little longer.
Yep. All right. He's sending off the...
This was shot lackeys. Indoors. That shot of Chang was indoors.
Half of that was indoors, half was outdoors. I never really liked how this thing happens. It seems like we would react more if a disruptor blast hit the rock right next to us. It seemed like something had to go in there, though.
Yeah. Well, I'd always hoped for that scene that there would be more of a battle where you'd see Cuddy shooting back a little bit more and stuff. But
this is my favorite ship sequence here, aboard ship, where the Klingon attacks. And that's a 6-inch AMT model of the Klingon ship right there. I've got it mounted on a coat hanger. I just kind of swung it by the camera.
If you're going to have a episode of Star Trek, you have to have this ship get shaken up a little bit.
Yep.
And of course, we needed to have Holly. It would have been better if we would have had a few other women in our episode too, but it was better to have Holly than to not have any women in our episode at all, that's for sure.
Negative, Commander. Under
Makes us seem a little less geeky.
That's right, exactly.
Maintain position and protect the Lexington. Contact me with any further developments. I'll see what I can do about your situation from down here. Garrick out. Cuddy, you draw their fire. I'm going to circle around and see if I can sneak up on them from the other side. All right, go.
Here I get to try not to trip on these rocks as I jump around.
And now, if the audience hasn't guessed already, Bafuzalek isn't a traitor. He turns out to have rescued Diagasta.
Well, there's a close-up over your shoulder when you kind of set him down right there.
Yeah.
But when we filmed that, I think you guys were laughing too hard. And so that you couldn't use that take.
You couldn't use that one.
But I liked how this is just the whole one take right there. It's good to have a few that are just one take.
Yep. I agree.
It's funny here too, in this scene right here, as you see me run off in a second here, there's a path. And one time when we were shooting this, right down that path, a bare-chested jogger came around the corner.
Right as you were looking down the...
Yeah, right, I was looking down the path.
Too bad it wasn't a Mugatu or something like that.
And that last scene was shot in Texas about 6 years after this scene that you're seeing right here. So,
yeah.
But they all cut together pretty good. Oh, and we should tell about
Captain, look out!
Nathan Wolf, who played Chang. We didn't really get a good fight scene together between him and Garevik. So later in Texas, we filmed some additional footage for the fight scene with a stand-in, a stunt double, which was a common practice on the original series to use a stunt double.
Yep.
And so
we just did it out of necessity.
Yeah, so right here, this is Nathan Wolf, and when we come back to the fight scene, it's still Nathan Wolf. But when we come back to the next segment of the fight scene, it's going to be the stunt double. Actually, that was that close-up of the hand losing the knife. That was the stunt double right there.
It?
Yeah.
That was nice that we filmed it at a time of the year when there's those red trees in the background there.
A little more alien looking.
Yeah, looks like you're on an alien.
Doesn't
world.
quite match with our footage from the beginning of the episode, but
Yeah.
still
Okay,
looks-
pretty quick here. You're going to see the Lotus Pod again. We promised we'd mention that.
There. Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah, that might be it.
No, I think it's later when he runs
Well,
up.
yeah, I know you see it later. Oh,
And there-
Klingon is
yeah.
zapped with the ray gun.
Right around here, you might see that Lotus Pod. Oh,
There-
I saw
there
it.
it was
It
for
was
a
on
second.
the corner of the screen.
There it was.
If you're watching on a television, you probably won't even see it. Okay, now is the stunt double. That's Trey Churchill. He's the stunt double for Chang, and we tried to film it so that you could never really see his face straight on. And most people don't know about it unless you let them in on that little secret. The phaser dance, that was one of my favorite parts. I don't know if you noticed, but in that last throw where Chang threw me, we both lost our communicators there, but then in the next scene they're miraculously back on our belts. Alright.
This is the big scene between Diagasta and Cuddy.
Yeah. And this is where, if the audience hasn't figured it out yet, Diagasta explains that Bafuzalek...
Bafuzalek is not a traitor.
Yeah.
He helped me escape.
Plus you get the little moral lesson in there.
Now, if we can ever do a special edition, one idea that I have is that I'd like to, when you see Brian Peter down here at the bottom of the waterfall.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed you can see Jeff Link pouring green blood into the water?
No.
I'll point to the screen. No, people watching won't be able to see, but it's down in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. As you pan up, you can see him right there. See him? Did you make that out?
I'd have to pause it.
Oh.
I just barely made it out.
We'll go back later and I'll show you. But the thing is, he's still in his Klingon makeup, so he's brown and black. And so he's camouflaged in with the rocks. So
I've never noticed that. No, but I'd like to stick in some CGI Lithtor down there, moving in to sniff at the dead body. That's what I'd like to do.
All right, now this is still the stunt double for Chang here, but now as soon as we run up this hill, and he hits the phaser out of Garevik's hand, and he shambles up, and now we're back in Minnesota with Nathan Wolf. That was a seamless transition there.
Except for the color of the trees, but other than that, it was...
Garevik's in pain there, I could tell.